A single decimal point anomaly in water conductivity can trigger a total batch rejection, or a multi-page FDA 483 observation. This dashboard illustrates the current regulatory landscape. AI targeting tools, like the FDA's ELSA, have shifted auditor focus from static thresholds to dynamic pattern detection. Even within limits, if your system's baseline is actively shifting upward, modern algorithms will flag it immediately. These conductivity spikes are lagging indicators. They are symptoms of underlying mechanical or chemical failures, rather than root causes themselves. Surviving a modern audit requires the engineering team to proactively diagnose these baseline shifts before they ever reach an alert limit. Conductivity monitoring serves as our primary, real-time window into the ionic purity of a pharmaceutical water system. This chart maps exact compliance boundaries. The top red line marks the 1.3 USP limit. Below are the yellow alert limit at 0.8 and the orange action limit at 1.1. A trend climbing from 0.8 to 1.1 is a red flag requiring immediate explanation. The consequences extend past compliance data. Excess ions in the water actively catalyze drug degradation, threatening the stability of the final product. Elevated conductivity also indicates the water has become aggressive. This water can leach heavy metals from the stainless steel distribution piping and carry them into the manufactured batch. An upward conductivity trend, even while mathematically below the failure limit, presents a direct, measurable threat to medicine safety and patient lives. This isometric schematic outlines a complete purified water generation and distribution loop. We can trace the specific failure points starting at the generation phase. The storage tank vent filter acts as a vulnerability point for airborne contamination. When these vent filters become compromised, they allow ambient CO2 to enter the water supply. Once introduced, the gas dissolves and forms carbonic acid. This continuous formation of carbonic acid is the most frequent hidden variable responsible for unexplained conductivity spikes. This cross-section demonstrates the required engineering intervention, a membrane degasser positioned between reverse osmosis stages. It physically separates and expels dissolved CO2 gas from the fluid path. This degassing process occurs before the water reaches the electroionization stage, preventing acidic overload downstream. Implementing mechanical degassing ensures the system maintains a baseline conductivity consistently below 0.5 microsiemens per centimeter. Standard filtration cannot manage chemical threats like dissolved gases. They require targeted mechanical extraction. Returning to the generation path, the reverse osmosis membranes present the next diagnostic checkpoint. External seasonal changes in feed water quality, such as a sudden influx from monsoon rains, can alter the input mineral load. If the RO membranes are overwhelmed by this sudden load, their salt rejection rates drop, passing the excess ionic burden downstream. That burden then hits the electrodeionization unit. Within the EDI, fouled resin beds constitute the primary mechanical failure point. To identify EDI exhaustion, engineers must check the system for fluctuating DC voltages and dropping flow rates. Systematically verifying RO rejection rates and EDI voltages isolates the exact failing component, allowing the team to correct the upward trend before an auditor reviews the logs. Once generation is secure, the analysis moves to the fluid dynamics within the distribution piping. This cross-section demonstrates the hydrodynamic standard. A velocity vector shows the required continuous flow speed of over 1.5 meters per second, sweeping walls clean. At a T-junction branch, the system creates a dead leg. Its length must measure less than twice the main pipe's diameter. Deep dead legs or low overall system velocity create stagnant zones, where the water simply stops moving entirely. That stagnant water acts as a catalyst. It promotes ion leaching from the stainless steel and allows microbial byproducts to accumulate, both of which increase the local conductivity rating. Mastering conductivity requires controlling the physical geometry and flow rates of the piping as effectively as the filtration units themselves. This internal X-ray view reveals the inline conductivity sensor, which is the final and most deceptive point of failure in the system. Over time, a layer of physical scaling and organic biofilm can accumulate on the metal prongs of the electrode. This buildup acts as an insulator. It blinds the sensor to the surrounding ions, resulting in a false low conductivity reading. The SCADA system will report perfect water purity, while the physical water flowing to the manufacturing floor is out of specification. Additionally, the accuracy of any reading depends on continuous temperature compensation, mathematically tied to a 25 degrees Celsius reference point. A perfectly engineered water system is effectively blind if the metrology equipment monitoring it is compromised. Securing sensor data integrity requires a schedule of preventive maintenance protocols. On a monthly basis, engineers must perform loop calibrations using a certified external meter to verify the inline data. Quarterly protocols require technicians to physically remove and inspect the electrodes to confirm the absence of scaling or biofilm. Regulatory compliance in the era of AI auditing relies on demonstrating absolute mechanical and metrological control over your data trends. If you want to analyze these failure points in your own facility, comment water below to receive our conductivity troubleshooting flowchart. Also, let us know in the comments which water system observation you dread most during an audit. In pharmaceutical engineering, if the water isn't undeniably pure, the medicine isn't safe. Period.